Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Football is finally back after a dreadful international break. So today we'll discussing on the match between Real Madrid versus Celta, where Real Madrid did win the game through the help of Mbappe banger and Vinicius winner. Though still this dim, Real Madrid were extremely lucky to even have won the game, and it will be talking on that later, how Real Madrid were actually lucky to win the match. But if you're a Real Madrid fan, believe me, when I say that this team is not sustainable at all, and Madrid are winning the matches, that's right, thought they are struggling heavily, and this was so far one of their hardest matches of season. So let's start with the video. Real Madrid played a different lineup today, with Rodrigo being dropped and Jude Bellingham playing in his position. Real Madrid were actually in a lot different lineup today, as they were set up 3-43 with Tchouaméni becoming a third center-back, but pushing into the midfield a lot of times, and Carlo Ancelotti was constantly instructing Tchouaméni to maintain his position, with both Lucas Vázquez and Fran Garcia playing as wing-backs, and both Vinny and Jude Bellingham Mason side-wingers to support Mbappe, rather than letting him being isolated. Up top, therefore, a lot of times Vinicius was insider rather than being wide. At times, Celta Vigo also had similar setup of 3-43. The game began with Celta Vigo being dominant, and throughout the game it was a similar pattern. Celta Vigo being dominant, creating some good chances, and from good chances they were splitting Real Madrid defense apart, but they were so shit in finishing. It was horrifying, to be honest. Celta Vigo had ANKS GIF 1.69. They took 13 shots, out of those 5 were on targets, and they created into total 4 big chances and missed 3. This alone sums up the story for Celta. The lack of clinicalness. They did score goal where Oscar Mingueza just whipped the ball in, and Madrid's defense wasn't on same wavelength, and Lucas Vázquez was just standing still, allowing Swedberg to score at Apen. But still, this guy will Swedberg, he was problem. He was arriving at so many good positions, but his finishing was horrifying and simple. If Celta Vigo had took their chances and finished them, they would have won this game easily by at least 3 scoring goals. Real Madrid has to work on their defensive structure a lot. Their clear lack of coordination in the defense. Lucas Vázquez isn't good in defending at all, so it would have been a lot better to pair him up with Fede Valverde on right flank to cover his weaknesses. There's a lot of issues. And individually, Madrid are able to defend, but as a cohesive unit, not all eyeing. And how does a player like Oscar Mingueza eventually to dribble the Madrid's box? They creating so much space of Celta Vigo to exploit on. But this match also told us the other side of Real Madrid. Like when you've watched the game, both teams were a lot similar in playing style, and all but one team was playing extremely good, but weren't able to finish their chances, whereas other team was playing bad, but were able to finish their chances. And this alone is what separates Real Madrid from rest of teams in world football, because Real Madrid are always able to finish their chances, no matter their efficiency in finishing is outrageous. First, Kylian and Mbappe scoring a world. He got the ball outside of the box, looked up and Wencham him and just curled the ball in the back of the knee. The winner, it was all Don Carlo supremacy, because he made substitution at perfect time, bringing in Luka Modric in for Camavinga and Rodrigo in for Fede Valverde, and Luka Modric bro just came on and did what rest of the players couldn't in 3 minutes. She gave an assist in literally 3 minutes, a beautiful through ball for Vinicius, and we have seen this time after time, Vina finishing this kind of chances in a way. This goal bit of reminded me when Cruz made that pass for Vinny against Bayer. And here's an interesting stat: Luka Modric becomes the oldest player to play for Real Madrid at 39 years and 40 days in his 13th season at the club. Modric is a game changer. He brought much more control in the game in today's match. Tchouaméni had a good game. He was at times confused on his positioning due to his natural tendencies. He's playing similar role to that of Cruz, the only difference being he's playing in central channel, whereas Toni Kroos used to play as an auxiliary left back. Fede Valverde had a decent game. I think he was too congested, because I would always prefer to see Valverde bombard that right-hand side, but due to Bellingham playing there, his role was a bit more limited. Jude Bellingham just sensational. This season Real Madrid fans get to see the real Jude Bellingham, because Bellingham was never known to be a goal scorer. He was a complete midfielder ever since his days. Dortmund, he was scoring goals, but the things she did was different. But this season he will play in his natural position. Event hot today, he was pushed up top, but he was still acting as glue and sticking the front line, constantly pressing. He was relentless in his pressing. It felt like Ancelotti asked him to do pressing. Even from Mbappe, because Turtle doesn't do that every effectively. Then Vinicius Jr. good game, was flashy, as usual, and was also tracking back at times to help him defend today. He looked really sharp, especially his and Mbappe link up at least felt bit decent. Mbappe good game scored an amazing goal, was involved a lot in the game, dropping deep to collect the balls, and all even got man of the match award, which was Okoki would say, because I would love to give it to Luka Modric. So that's it for today. Guys, make sure to like the video and subscribe the channel. That woo. Del Peloton, thank you for watching the video.